Today we're talking about 343 Studios, or now Halo Studios' new extraction shooter potentially being in development. And this might be one of the most confusing moves we've seen from a major studio in a long time. We're going to dive into whether it makes sense, if people even want this from Halo Studios, and what impact it might have for the genre. Subscribe and like if you want news and discussions revolving around extraction shooters and competitive gaming, but let's get into this potentially off-putting story. First off, let me just say 343 Studios, in my opinion, has been kind of shitty, so I'm not really excited about anything they have in the works. And honestly, what they tried before this makes the situation even worse. I have no faith in anything they put out, and I gave their game so many chances trying to like the Halo series after they took over. Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, and of course Halo Reach was made by the then praised Bungie Studios, and everything after has been such a disappointment. But why does it matter? It should be clear. Halo Studios Project Eker, I think it's Eker, which is the code name for their extraction shooter they have been making, at least until 2023 when Mr. Reb said this is what he can confirm when the game was being developed, was not the initial idea for the new multiplayer game in Halo. Later in this video, I'll tell you when we might get our first glance at this upcoming game, and although I'm skeptical, I'm also pretty excited to see what this is about. Let's get back into it because another game was being developed right before this extraction shooter, and the sentiment by the developers was not good at all. And this is the part that really makes you question their direction. This game was a battle royale under the codename Tatanka, and the only interesting thing that I read was that their maps would be from some of the iconic maps such as Blood Gulch and Valhalla, which was of course made by maps made by Bungie. That says a lot about this studio. They wanted to make a battle royale, and in the battle royales, there's usually one map that gets iterations on throughout the life cycle, and they chose a map made by another studio. So instead of building something new, they went backwards because they didn't really have any other option. They don't trust their instinct. And yeah, I'm coming off as a hater here, and yeah, I kind of am. I wanted to like the games. I tried the games and decided it's not for me. The footage in this video was supposed to be from Halo Infinite, but everything felt so off. And if you played it, you probably already know exactly what I mean. It would take so long to get into the game, even if I filtered out just a few of the game modes I wanted due to the lack of people playing the game. I honestly hated the way the guns fell, and the maps were so bland. I could go off on this game, but let's move on. Another reason Halo Studios pivoted from a battle royale was that it was oversaturated. So yeah, they're going to be moving on to another genre that's very soon going to be oversaturated. And this is where things get interesting because I know what you're thinking. The genre is already oversaturated. Yeah, but no, it's not really. For the casual audience, what extraction shooters are they playing? Not Hunt, not Tarkov, but possibly a bit are playing Delta Force, and they definitely are playing Arc Raiders. And you can't say a lot of casuals are playing Marathon because the numbers aren't looking good, and it's a sweaty ass game. Marathon is a game that I enjoy a lot, but casuals are definitely playing Arc Raiders, and if you want to be really loose with the term extraction shooter, you can lump in Helldivers too, but that definitely really isn't one. And I know when people hear the term casuals, they hear it in a negative way. And I don't mean it in a negative way. I love Arc Raiders. I'm not a casual, but Arc Raiders has introduced the extraction shooter genre to a lot of people who otherwise would not have played this genre at all. And people are investing into the genre and they're getting sweaty too. So don't take what I'm saying as an insult because casuals are great for the games and they just lengthen the lifespan of a game. Most people don't have time to play these games nonstop. People have lives. I get it. I have a life. I barely have time to play a game. But that's what's interesting about Halo's extraction shooter. It's supposedly PvE only, which is nice for people who want a casual experience. And it sounds great on paper, but there's still a big problem with that. Who is having high hopes for a Halo Studios game who has sunk into the Halo series since its first Halo game? They know where Halo has been and they know where Halo has been lately. It's a stark difference. I don't have faith, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who've enjoyed Bungie Halo games that don't have faith either. And this is where they either completely win people back or lose them for good. If they release a Halo game that's just a multiplayer game, no story, that would piss a lot of the fan base off who is stuck with the series through thick and thin. Thankfully, it seems that that might not be the case, and people believe it's going to be attached to the mainline game series, similar to how Call of Duty does it. My thoughts are that this game is just going to be added to the genre that won't add much to the genre besides just having a different skin. But that's me as like, you know, a guy who does not like 343's Halo games. I don't believe it's going to take players away from other extraction shooters at all, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. And if I am wrong, I would happy to be wrong because it means Halo Studios has made a game that was actually good and added something that was actually good for the extraction shooter genre in a positive way. Now we have to just wait until Halo Fest in December, where we will most likely hear about their plans and maybe even a trailer. I'm looking forward to following the story behind this game, and if you want to follow along with me, just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment below. I really want to hear your thoughts. I appreciate you. Take care. Have a good one.